I started at Chinese elementary school, and I was actually realizing now that I was bused in. That was a thing they had. They had a school bus in Manhattan, and Dad, not wanting to take me up to Hunter, put signed me up for this program, and it was 97% Chinese, and we learned some Chinese in first grade, things like that. But it was in Chinatown, and they had a school bus that would pick you up. And then that track, in Manhattan, there's a lot of tracks. So that one was, you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer, you're going to go to Harvard. And so I got off that track very quickly and switched gears and went to a local all Puerto Rican and Black junior high that was 2 blocks from my house, which was very rough physically, like a lot of shootouts. I was in one once inadvertently. A lot of fights every day after school, calling me all kinds of racial slurs. um, but then I couldn't get into music and art. So they decided to pay for my high school because the other track of this was even worse in terms of how dangerous it was. So I went to Friends Seminary, which was Quaker and all white mainly. And that was the first time I was ever in the majority racially. And it was very strange. And these people had a lot of money and they did all kinds of things that nobody was doing in junior high because nobody had any money. And so it was a very different kind of thing for me. And I entered in 10th grade instead of ninth. So I was the new girl, and that came with a lot of problems. And it was very rough emotionally for me. And I loved the Quaker part of it. And then I became a Quaker from that. And I think that the time in the Quaker Meeting House really was what changed my art in terms of how I look at things and how I take things from different dimensions and sort of squish them down. Just sitting in the same room day after day, looking out these windows with these, broken up panes of glass and the tree, and then the building on the opposite block, and they're all kind of mushed together. And the light of God, that whole theory was much more interesting for me, and it was a place of solace too. And then while I was in 10th grade, my parents took me out to meet Jim Terrell and go to see his crater, and that was just eye-opening. And talking to him about Quakerism was amazing. He was a real Quaker. He had the cloak and the hat and the whole bit in his closet. And I recently, this year, went out and saw him again and saw the almost finished crater, which was just amazing and life-changing experience, spending 5 hours with him. But so then after that, I didn't really want to go to art school because I wasn't going to be an artist. That wasn't my theory. And at Friends Seminary, they don't really push you to ever do something like go to art school. So I wanted to go to college in Manhattan, and Mom said, "No, get out. You've been here too long." And that was always my dream, was to be on my own in New York, and it never happened. So I went to Hampshire because I thought I could do whatever I wanted, and it's a project-based school. And I ended up trying to get into photography there, but I couldn't even get into the first photo class for years. So I ended up transferring, and I went to museum school. Ostensibly, it was going to be just a semester, and then I was going to go to SVA and be back in New York. And I ended up falling in love with the museum school and the ability to do anything you want, and the critiques, and just the way they treat it really like grad school. So I never felt the need to go to grad school. It was very intense in terms of critique and discussion. No grades. You just get a crit at the end of the semester. You either pass or fail the whole semester. So it was really helpful in terms of how I developed my work in every way.